Now I'm going to show you how to collect data from the imaging process and send it to the Django server that we created or built last time. Now there's lots of decisions to make in this sort of exercise. One of them is where to run Django, and at the moment it's running on Windows, but for production probably Linux is a better solution. The format of the data that you collect again it could be anything from JSON to a comma-separated file that or to this one, which looks like this, where it has the attribute and the value on one per line, separated by a colon. This is really the simplest. Now, I can't tell a lie, originally this was JSON, and it complicates things significantly. The nasty thing about JSON is that Django might get some sort of bad character, something it doesn't like, and then completely invalidate all the JSON. This one doesn't, and there are some difficulties, like, so it uses a colon, but it also uses colons when it's telling you the time. The other thing is you're extracting information from a BIOS, which could have almost anything in it, including strange characters, and safest, we've now found, is to do it this way. So the code is written in PowerShell, and the first thing it does is find the serial number from using this, and I could just show you what that looks like. So you get all sorts of information about the BIOS there. But all we want is the serial number, and we send the serial number to the Django server, post it, and what we should get in return is the asset number. So if it all works properly, don't get a null response, get a 200, the asset is the response, and we have a little dialog here which says the asset seems to be, or was last time, so and so. Is this correct? And if it isn't, you can overwrite it. So once the asset's been found, it then collects all the information about the system using Get-CIMInstance. Now if you just run Get-CIMInstance, so you get a hell of a lot of stuff. But it all does have a colon, so it's in the format that we're going to send over to Django. In this case, we just get some of the stuff that we're interested in, and obviously you can change that as you wish. It also gets the disk or disks. Again, format comes out the same. And when it's all collected together, it keeps appending it. It sends it over to the Django server there, and collects the information, collects the return. Now this does have debug, so we can run it debug true. By the way, it has been run before, so it is going to find the asset. There we are, that's the right one. So I just hit return. Let's check that it's good, and this is what it sent over. Now you can see it's a bit of a mess. Spaces here, new lines, lots of new lines there. Here's the actual disk. Again, spaces here, and Django trims all these spaces out, and you can do extensive reformatting actually, because the, for instance, processor, if I can quit, no. The processor has curly brackets around it. That's because it might have more than one processor. This one doesn't, it's just got one. So you might want to clean those off. And then Django writes it to a file, this one, and you can see it hasn't cleaned the brackets off, and it has preserved these colons. So that's really the simplest way to collect imaging information, and that's all there is to it.